Are you ready for the heavyweight championship of the world? Are you ready?
And we're back. Welcome to another episode of Ant in His Corner. Coming out the white corner, my name is Bill, ready to fight.
Coming out the black corner, my name is Barry, and I'm ready to fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
All right, welcome to Ant in His Corner, where we settle the score once and for all on who's the best. That includes best music, best TV shows, best movies, best anything. And this week, what are we talking about, Bill?
We're talking about the 40th year anniversary of the greatest album of all time, Thriller.
I definitely seems like we may let our opinions show, but even if you want to dispute greatest, is definitely the greatest selling album.
It's the highest selling album.
Highest selling solo project, because you know there's a best of album.
But we're talking about
for sure. So all right, so let's get into it, man. 40 years later, I was born in 86, so this album is older than me. Bill, I want to ask you, what's your earliest memory tied to the album?
Just the magnitude. I'm a Florida guy, Florida boy, born and raised Fort Pierce, Florida, and you could not go anywhere without hearing Michael Jackson. This probably was the first, outside of Jackson 5, this may have been the first Michael Jackson solo music I heard. Obviously, Off the Wall was, I was infant, toddler. I guess you could call me whatever you want to call me.
It's when you old enough to pick the.
I'm old enough to change the radio station, hit fast forward on the cassette tape and the cassette player or whatever. So the videos, this is probably, again, solo music. This is my first real Michael Jackson, music that I was able to listen to.
So this, for me, my earliest recollection of the album would be, so this would be 1991. I went to my uncle's house and MTV was showing basically the making of the Thriller video. And at that time, I already knew who Michael Jackson was, because you always, you couldn't escape a radio station that wasn't playing his, hits.
Yeah.
But that's the first time that I saw the Thriller video. And it was basically, a lot of you guys have seen that making of the Thriller video with John Landis. And it basically shows a compilation of all the music videos tied to the Thriller album. So I saw Beat It, I saw Billie Jean. I was like, man, this guy's amazing. And after that, I just became a fan. So my first instance, it was love at first sight. He became an idol to me.
Absolutely.
So, I actually, down the line, I think I bought the album during the 25 year one, when they did that one. I believe that was it.
That's the one. It's 25. Yep.
Okay,
25.
yeah. So I was in high school, bought that. Yeah. What are your top, let's get into some of the, tracks. Like what's your top three?
PYT for sure, Human Nature, and probably, either Baby Be Mine or Lady in My Life.
Bro, so check this out. I got Baby Be Mine, I got Human Nature, and I got Billie Jean. And it changes a lot, but those are always in my top three in some shape or form. And so for the most part, if you stretch out our top five, we got 2 out of the same 5. And I feel like there are no wrong answers with that. So let's actually go one by one and kind of look at some memories tied to, each song. So you started off and it sounds that beat hit and it's Mama Say Makusa, and
did he start the same way? It's how he started Off the Wall. Don't stop till you get enough. He gave you like that song.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm not saying it's the exact same song. I'm just saying
it's the vibe though. But
the vibe. He started that vibe. Yeah.
It was correct me if I'm wrong. Is Mama Say Makusa? That's one of the ones written by MJ, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I think he worked out something with Quincy where he was to feature his written songs. I need to be the first one. So and I remember when I first got Vice City, the video game, that's the first song that played when I jumped into a car. So I just thought that was kind of ironic. But
and
go ahead.
I don't know how true this is, but it was originally written for LaToya.
Oh, I ain't.
He wrote.
Well, you know, on the 25th year anniversary, I know they're recording it at the Jackson family compound. Him, Randy, I believe it may be Janet. I think that's the one where it's like maybe he planned on giving it to somebody else, but I'm glad he kept it for himself.
No, it was written for LaToya. It's written for LaToya.
MJ wrote that for his sister.
It was for LaToya, and he decided to keep it.
He just decided to keep it for himself, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. But just
to throw out some stats, how we typically do. Number 5 Billboard Hot 100, and number 5 Hot R&B.
And this is for Mama Say, Mama Sa, Michael Sa.
Want to be starting something?
Yeah, yeah.
What you doing?
And that's the thing about Michael songs. You say the lyrics sometimes, and that's gonna happen a couple more times. Now, Baby Be Mine, I feel like it's one of the slept ones. That's why I was like,
one quick second, Barry.
Go ahead.
Want to be starting something was the 4th single released.
Yeah. And highlight every time we go past the.
I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead and give the facts for that.
Yep.
So,
okay.
Baby Be Mine. How you
oh man, Baby Be Mine. It was not released as a single. Rod Temperton.
Yeah.
Boy,
got a lot of PYT vibes. You know,
hey, Rod Temperton is the man. Don't play with him.
Go look up his credits.
Y'all, everybody, you guys know Always and Forever by Heatwave.
Mm-hmm.
Just look for the person who stands out in that group. That's Rod Temperton.
Yeah.
But Baby Be Mine again. It reminds me again of the same vibe as
PYT.
Off the Wall.
Oh
no, Off the Wall. Because remember, you started with Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. They slowed it down to Rock With You.
Yeah.
So you started out with Don't Stop Till You Get. You started out with Want to Be Starting Something. Slowed it down a little bit to Baby Be Mine.
And speaking of that, this album, it had every reason to fail because they were technically formulaic with this album. Like there was intention behind it. I know Michael's goal was to make an album where 100% of the tracks would be single worthy. You know, he had a lot of good singles on Off the Wall, and it still didn't really receive a lot of critical acclaim from the Grammy perspective. So I know he wanted more Grammy attention, and that just shows you why I don't really trust the Grammys like that.
Yep.
But with this album, he went in with the attention like, hey, a pop album, like every song needs to be popular. And I feel like this song fits the bill. I understand why it wasn't a single. It closely resembles a lot of the other songs on the album when it comes to upbeat. Technically, the thing I like about this album is, bro, if you listen to the instrument use, this album should have ran out of style. Like, because you get a lot of disco influences, and this is the one where I feel like you hear a lot of disco in it. But when I hear this today, I'm like, nah, this sounds pretty modern. Like if this were to come out today, I would still be rocking to this. So
yeah. I mean, that's Bruno Mars. That's his song. That's his music.
Yeah.
You know, Silk Sonic. That's the music they're doing right now. So
and it how you feel about number 3?
Come on, man. The girl is mine. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. You know, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Sorry, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I love this song, and I feel like surprisingly, when you look back at some of the early reviews, they weren't really rocking with this one. Like they it still was it charted as a top 10 pop record, but the critics weren't really rocking with it, and they felt like it's not gonna work. He crossed over.
It was the first single off of the album. It was the follow-up a year later to their collaboration they did a year prior, which was Say Say Say.
Yep.
Number 2 on the Hot 100. So obviously it did what it was supposed to do. And it was number 1 on R&B singles.
Yep.
Number 1 on US Contemporary. So I think the naysayers to this song, the people who liked it and the people who were listening to it outweighed those people who kind of went away from
But
it.
here's the thing: if it's number 2 on Hot 100, everybody was listening to it.
Exactly.
I feel
that's
like
that's what
some
I'm
of the-
saying.
I
That's
feel
what I'm
like some of
saying.
the naysayers are products of the expectations were just too high after Off the Wall, and he shattered the expectation still.
I think because of I think what it was that being the lead single.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's what it was. It was how
also,
can that be the lead single?
and you dealing with the Beatles member is just a lot of eyeballs on
Yeah.
it. So everybody gonna have
Yeah.
something to say. I like it.
Yeah.
I love it.
They were actually sued for plagiarism with this song.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Against you know what song?
I have to go back and reread it,
Oh.
but that just a couple
think
of notes I was just
actually,
writing down.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that. I didn't know that this was the song. I know there was a
Mhm.
settlement that took place.
No, he won. It was no settlement.
Oh, okay.
They won.
All right. I'm thinking of something else then. Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? I am thinking of something else. I'm thinking of no. I think they were probably sued a couple times on this album.
When for that particular song, that's the only thing that I saw that was anything that had to do with lawsuit or anything. And that song was the one that was sued. However, for plagiarism. However, Michael Jackson and they won in court. So
Yeah, let that man
Hey.
get his shine. And
Yes,
then,
sir.
number 3, man. I think number 3 we got Starlight.
huh?
Exactly. No, the original song for Thriller was Starlight. You heard the
Oh, okay.
original-
Yeah.
Who
But we know it as Thriller. That's the
Yeah.
fourth song, side A, because it was on the record or the
and who
or
wrote,
the
who wrote
cassette.
Thriller?
Thriller. Hey man, Rod Tipperton
Yeah,
again, man.
he got a lot of. I think the story goes he wrote this song on the way to the studio in a cab. It was originally Starlight, but he changed up the lyrics. And I think
Mhm.
Michael's quote was, "Every song needed to be a thriller." That's what he was telling the producers and everything. So they figured a way to work that into the lyric
Nice.
sheet.
Yeah.
And this song will be forever tied to the video. Like I think they exist hand in hand. I don't necessarily think this is one of the strongest songs on the album,
Mhm.
but because
Well-
of the thriller factor, the music video factor, it's extremely iconic.
Absolutely. It was the 7th single, actually, which is
Mhm.
think about it, that's the 7th single, and probably the most memorable due to the video.
And it wasn't supposed to happen. So backstory with
So-
this was Epic was done promoting the album. It did what it needed to do. It eclipsed the sales of Off the Wall, and Michael felt like he could do more. So Epic didn't
What
want to
did
back
he?
him, and he was like, I could sell more. And at this point, Thriller's already breaking every record. But Michael basically out of his own pocket funded, I think it was 500,000 or 250,000, whatever it was, for the Thriller video, and he got his money's worth. I think.
Oh God!
This I think in its heyday, it averaged like 1 million units a week. So
as far as the song is concerned, number 4 Billboard 100, number 3 Hot Black Singles, number 24 Adult Contemporary, number 42 Album Rock Tracks. But the Library of Congress said that this is the most famous video of all time.
yeah, and I don't think anybody's disagreeing with that.
No. This, and you know what? It's I call it like a short.
It's a short film.
Short film.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, we only think about there's I think 2 scenes, right? Obviously the whole dance scene,
Mhm.
and a part when he's eating the popcorn, because that's actually like
That's
a
a
GIF, a meme. That's a GIF
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But the part once he become a zombie and he starts to dance and he start that walk, like and that. Come on, man! Oh my God! Come on, come on!
Yeah, man. You got Vincent Price at the end.
Jesus!
Yeah, come on, man. All right, and then
Man.
next up,
Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip the record over because now we
Okay.
got to go to side B.
yeah.
And
And
that's how we had to do it back in the
Side A
days.
got a lot of long songs, which is why they only fit four on there. But
Mhm.
how you feel about Beat It, man?
they needed a rock song.
Yeah.
Well, let me take that back. I think it was Quincy who wanted to kind of throw something new at them. They added that rock song. They went and got Eddie Van Halen for the guitar and his soloing, the Van Halens. Everybody, if
Shout out to
music,
the guys
who
from
they are.
Toto too. I think they helped
Toto.
out with some of them. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And,
So this
and that's Quincy's vibe. I think Quincy always felt color didn't matter, genres don't matter. Good music is good music.
Good music is good
he
music.
Purposely installed collabs. Nowadays everybody do collabs. That wasn't really popular back then. So he had a collab on a lot of these tracks. And then he basically gave Mike a song for every genre. So this is the rock song. And and man,
number 1 Hot 100, number 1 Hot Black Singles.
Yeah.
Number 14 Mainstream Rock. Man, it's just, again, it's like he just know, like Quincy, they just know what to do.
Yeah.
They know what to do.
It's synergy. But also this may be the most important song on the album. This and the next track, because if you take this and the next track off, it's a popcorn album. Like it's like I feel like this song gave a lot of substance to it, because the criticism was early on that Mike wasn't really putting his heart into Off the Wall. With this one, I think there's a message behind Beat It. And then this is like kind of like the prelude to like the later songs that you see Michael do, which is the Black or White and all that, like, like the conscious stuff, Man in the Mirror, to where I'm like, okay, he's spitting on these lyrics, like he actually talking about something. So I rock with this heavy. I got I should have wore it today, but I got a Thriller jacket that I bring out every Halloween. So another great video. So
oh god, the video, the gang members, they fighting, and then he comes out, stops them from fighting. Now they doing all their.
You got homie from New York Undercover, man. You got a lot of.
No, that was on Bad. He was on Bad.
Nah, he was on Beat It.
He was on Beat It as well.
Nah, he was on Beat It. I don't remember.
No, he was
him
on Bad. He was on Bad.
Hey, go check the tape. Asking the 2 cent. Let them know in the 2 cents.
In the 2 cents. He talking about the Spanish guy.
Yeah.
Was he in Beat It or was he in Bad?
Yeah. And then this is the discussions that we have when it comes to MJ stuff.
I mean, one of us go end up being right. So we just like, nah, man, he was on what's going. And then, I could have sworn it was Bad, but
what we got?
Okay. Well, I'm saying it's Bad. You saying Beat It. So either way. Next song would be Billie Jean.
And this is my top.
I don't know which song is the most important song, but Barry, just to veer off just a little bit, because I don't know which one is the more important song or even the bigger song. Just because
we're important versus impactful. I think we're gonna get to that.
But I think about it as far as Purple Rain or When Doves Cry.
That's what I said.
I don't know.
It's importance versus impact. I think this is the more impactful song because you have the moonwalk performance tied to it. Okay. But I think you could still argue that this album may cater to a certain audience. Like if you really want to say this is an R&B album, people can't call this an R&B album because of Beat It. You can't call it an R&B album because
no, it's not an R&B album.
That's what I'm saying. But I think if you remove Beat It off, that's why I'm saying it's important. It forces you to look at this song, this album, and not tie it to a specific genre. Now, when it comes to Billie Jean, I got it in my top 3 for a reason. I never get sick of this song. Yeah. I always remember the a Motown 25 performance. Everybody and their mama put on socks to try to mimic it. The first time I saw the performance was the fake version, which was the Jacksons in American Dream. And this is before YouTube. We kids had to get tapes with the performance on it. I think a clip is shown during the making of the Thriller thing that I was talking about. However, this is his best performance ever. You could say Super Bowl, you could say whatever you want, but to me, this is the iconic Michael Jackson performance. Yeah. And the music video, floor lighting up. As a kid, I just always remember his videos being longer, but even looking at it today, Billie Jean did what it was supposed to do in like 3 minutes or less. Like,
Yep.
so he was already putting out content that was revolutionary.
And just the whole it was the second single release. Number 1 on the Hot 100, number 9 adult contemporary, number 1 Hot Black Singles. But this was the video that I think it was CBS, the president of CBS, because MTV did not want this. MTV did not want to air Billie Jean.
Yeah.
So not even Epic, we're going to go above Epic. CBS called and said, okay, this is what we're going to do. If you don't play this video, I'm going to pull all of my stuff from your programming.
Mm-hmm.
MTV said, well, we're not doing that. So we're going to go ahead and play this video. We're going to go ahead and play his video.
And also, I think, I think they may have still fought them on that. Like, I think after the Motown 25 performance, you couldn't hold Michael back anymore. So they started playing Michael stuff, and then they wouldn't play other black artists that weren't CBS. Yeah. So,
but CBS,
CBS.
You're not playing around with CBS.
Yeah, you're not.
They're too big.
At the time, they were they were considered one of the big four.
Yeah, I also read that, you and I both know this, and anybody who knows music, or you can watch this, he lip synced the whole on that Motown 25, and they said because they didn't know if the band could give the same quality sound as the original band who recorded. So they did lip sync, and that was the first time Michael had ever performed the moonwalk in person. Mm-hmm. So that was the first
his brothers didn't know what was coming up, but he had been practicing it the whole time.
Yeah. So this is, like you said, this probably is the most impactful, but
it's responsible for like 25 million of those. That's 70.
It's so hard because you don't even. Okay, all right. So let's go to the next.
I think to get to the 70 million records sold, all of these defining moments add to that. So after Billie Jean, we got Human Nature. Human Nature.
Fifth single release, number 7 Hot 100, number 2 adult contemporary, number 27 black singles. Man, Human Nature. No
almost
video.
Wasn't on the album. Yeah, wasn't on the album. I think when you look at the writers, it's the only one that's kind of off. So it definitely was a song that was kind of gifted to them that fit. If it wouldn't have been this, it would have been another song. It was a song called like
they had Carousel.
Yeah, right? Carousel. And I'm not really rocking with it like that.
Mm-mm.
Human Nature is it's one of the best. For it not
it's one of the best.
To not have a video, and for everybody and their mama to know the why, tell them that it's a big record.
Yeah, I just what it reminds. Every time I hear the song, I always remember the Jackson's American Dream, the scene where he's recording it in the studio and he's singing it, and I always say that's the music video.
Yeah.
That's the music video for this song to me.
Yeah, and
yeah, man. So man, it's just memories after memories after memories after memories.
We got and like I said, it's one of those songs I never get sick of. It's
and shout out to Teddy Riley for remixing it with the SWV.
With the SWV.
Sheesh.
MJJ Records.
Oh man. Oh man.
That's the only bro. It's hard to follow up a Michael Jackson track. I think that may be your only instance where it's like people could separate the two. Where when I hear SWV, I'm not thinking about the Michael Jackson version. Vice versa, I'm not thinking about the MJ. Vice versa, MJ versus SWV.
Yep, absolutely.
How you?
They live in separate. They could live in the same universe.
Yeah, and they live in the same universe under the same.
Yeah,
different universes under the same record imprint. It's MJJ Records, so he still get credit for that.
Absolutely.
PYT.
Number 8. Ooh, number 8. This might be my favorite song on the album.
And I'm not gonna fight you on that. At times, it could be my favorite one on the album. I feel like Baby Be Mine and PYT, I always switch them out.
Yeah.
I think because it was played, we share the same alma mater. It was played at USF so much. I took a break from it. But Alvin and the Chipmunks, I just remember that as a little kid, we always used to say, "Oh, the Alvin and the Chipmunks."
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah. Yep. So nah, man, come on, man.
Numbers. It was the 6th single.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my dog James Ingram.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, if y'all don't know who James Ingram is, go find out who he is because he just once. Okay.
Yep. You got Secret Garden. He's on. Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Quincy kept the same folks around him. So yeah.
Absolutely. Quincy knew what to do.
Yeah.
This song was number 37, if I'm not mistaken, adult contemporary, number 10, Hot 100, number 46, Black Singles. I was taken back by that a little bit because I felt this was probably the most urban song on the album.
I think here's the thing about
when I listen at it, whenever I listen at that song, I feel it's the most urban song.
Here's the thing that we could probably be victim of, like we could probably be victims of, is when this album came out, it changed everything that was going on in the music industry. So that sound may sound black now, but prior to that, it probably wasn't. So that could be going on.
But it was always my favorite song, even as a kid.
I do get vibes like this is something I would pull up to in the hood, like if I was picking, a chick up or whatever. So and in the PYT, I always think of like Tenderoni vibes, like the Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
So to me, it screams black, but the fact that it's not high on that charting list, I think after it came out, it kind of restructured what we consider, black music.
How also it was the 6th single release.
Yeah.
So they could have had a little Michael Jackson fatigue.
That's what Epic was warning him about before Thriller. And at this point, we've gotten through all the singles on the album.
Yes, at this point we've gotten through all the singles.
Yeah, we got one more.
One more song.
Highlight the singles. Highlight the singles before we get to the last one.
You got Baby Be
Wanna Be Starting Something.
The first Wanna Be Starting Something, The Girl Is Mine, Thriller, Human Nature, PYT, and Beat It.
All right, there we go. All right, so
yeah.
Next one.
Yeah. I gave you 7, right?
Yeah, you gave me 7. I lost count at 5, but it sounded like 7 because I lost count at 5.
It's definitely 7. It's 7.
It's 7 on there. They all top 10.
Yeah.
Lady in My Life.
Lady in My Life. Lady in My Life. Oh man, Lady in My Life.
Don't they got a music video to this?
No video.
When he's singing, that's
no music video to this.
Oh no, I'm thinking of She's Out of My Life. That's She's Out of My Life.
You think about
all right, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, lady, this the Boyz II Men, the LL Cool J.
This song, yes. Hey Lover, yeah. This song was a great way to end this iconic album. They slowed it down because you just came up from PYT. So now they brought it down. They gave you a ballad, and man, was it a ballad.
Human Nature to me, it's a ballad, but it don't count. I think you needed something else for him to sing specifically to the ladies and to slow. And this is perfect. This is similar in title, similar feel. I do get She's Out of My Life vibes from this. But that beat for this not to be a single, it's one of the more sampled tracks on the album. Like he touched it, LL Cool J and them boys touched it. Pharrell touched it, I believe. I'm thinking, yeah. So if you look up, just go look up who sampled. I know this has been sampled a couple times.
Yeah. Again, go back to your old boy. Old boy wrote this one, Rod Temperton. Again, guys, we're telling you this for a reason because this guy is he's the white keyboardist in the group Heatwave who brought you Always and Forever.
Yep.
And I think they also did Boogie Nights. But the guy is a writing genius.
Yep.
And he hit you with Thriller. He hit you with Baby Be Mine. He hit you with
Lady in My Life.
Late in My Life. Think about those 3 songs.
Yeah.
So the guy knows what he's doing. If I'm not mistaken, he also wrote Always and Forever. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
could be wrong.
I mean, he's part of it. So I mean, whether he wrote it or not, he's tied to a lot of music. And I feel like for you to get 3, bro, that's 30% of 33% of the album.
Yeah.
You wrote
33.
Of the album.
Yeah, you wrote a third of the album.
Speaking of that, man, it's only 9 tracks on this album. You know,
Perfect.
like that's I feel like this set a precedent because you see the Don't Be Cruel album, you see the Prince album, you know,
you see the Off the Wall album.
9 is my sweet spot. I'm like, it needs to be under 10. And this is why, like, every song, if somebody tell me what's their favorite song, I ask 10 people, I'm going to get possibly 5 different answers. To me, that's a sign of a good album. I think it's impossible to carry the standard, but me and Bill talk like, what do we consider a good album? I'm like, Bill, bro, I'll be happy if 40% of the songs are good right now because, you know, I'm trying to get what I could get. Man, I'm hoping for 25%. 100% of this album is good, and you rarely see that, bro.
There's not one drop.
Ever.
Not one drop.
Yeah, I can't picture somebody having beef with any of these songs. You know what I mean?
I hope not.
Yeah,
you're looking crazy by yourself.
And I mean, come on, man, 70 million. Let's talk about that. Like, how hard is that to do?
To be honest with you, Barry, I don't think 70 million is a good. I don't think it's accurate.
I think it's off. Yeah,
I think it's off because I've personally read over 100 million. Yeah, I've read
because
over
of
100 million.
The new certifications, that number started going lower, and I'm like, I used to always hear 100, and then I think that's why the Eagles were able to eclipse them with the best of their best of record was able to eclipse this. But I'm like, I used to always hear 100. All of a sudden, I'm hearing
always
70.
heard 100. Yeah,
and that's because of the way we do streaming now. But still, I think it's impossible to touch that nowadays. It's just,
I don't think you have to be a special person just to sell 10 million.
Yeah,
because rap isn't giving you 10. Rap isn't giving you 10. No, I don't know if anybody's going diamond. If anybody does go diamond, it's not going to be out of the rap. Or I don't think it's going to be out of R&B.
Yeah, if you do rap, you have to have a gimmick with you. It has to be a passing. It has to be a double, a double disc album, or bro, you had to have gotten shot. Like,
and all that doesn't even work anymore.
It don't like
it worked back then. That's not working now.
I'm not, bro. This is what stardom means. Like, I've never seen a person that was that larger than life. Like, he was very selective with the interviews that he was doing. When you have access to everyone, I could just go see you on your IG page. There was mystery attached to Michael. I've never seen it. Like, he's the second most famous person to ever live. Only second to
Jesus.
Yeah, that's it. So come on, man. Like, 70 million, whether it's 70 or 100, nobody at 70. So like, what are we talking about right now? He in a class all by himself.
Yeah, I think man, just to give Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, and everyone who had anything to do with this album, because doing some research, I didn't know Howard Hewitt was on this album.
As what, background vocals or something?
Background vocals. I didn't know. I think it's
Human Nature,
I think it was PYT.
Okay, all right.
And not only PYT, I forgot to mention this. On PYT, you know who were the Chipmunks singers?
Ooh.
Janet and LaToya.
Wow, I think I heard that before, and I just probably forgot. I think I've heard that. I think I've heard Janet.
Yeah, it was Janet and LaToya, man.
Nah, man, this album's money 40 years after the fact, man. For you to still be selling moving units, and then I know somebody said at some point this stopped being an album that you got, for because everybody already hears Thriller. The music is available via YouTube. You could get it for free, however you want to get it, but it's almost like a household necessity now. Like, like people just buy it to buy it. That's the only album that exists like that. So the numbers are always going to go up. You know, like
and I have the actual record. I have a record as well.
Man, I bought the album twice. Like, so it's like every time I would buy it, the format would change to where it's like, okay, we're not doing tapes anymore. We're doing CDs. And I'm like, all right, let me take a break. But it's something that
you have to have. It's a collection that you have to have, whether you have it on CD, tape, record. It honestly, it's like having a Bible in your house.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have Thriller.
That's kind of what they said in the book. But what's your before we go, what's your favorite memory to the album?
I would probably have to say the Thriller video, the dancing that's just
All right. So since you're going with that, you know, I'll be pro. The moonwalk is a pretty big iconic event, you know, like, so I'll go moonwalk only because that's something that if you go over your cousin's house, you have a sleep.
We all did it. Yeah.
Everybody put on socks. You get in trouble. We used to spread syrup on the ground, like in the kitchen floor. I got in trouble. Like I put syrup on the ground just so I could get that slide right. And then, you know, always practicing. So for that's a huge memory tied to my childhood. So I'm going with the Motown 25 performance.
Okay. And now I'm just gonna go with the Thriller.
Yeah. Just to have some diversity.
The dance scene.
Yeah. No, and it's not just the dance, bro. I think because you said we think of two parts, bro. It's a lot of. I think Lola may be the first video vixen that at least for the Black community, that's big. And I think you have the Scary Movie at the beginning. I'm Not Like Other Guys, that being its own story. You have the popcorn gift. Yeah. And then you have she
running out of the theater.
Yeah. And
him singing.
That thing was scary. Like you watch it for entertainment.
I watch that part. Yeah. It
was scary when I was a kid. Yeah. So it's a lot of moments in that video. Yeah. And I'm over here still in your best memory. But that, bro, you got that. You got, bro, like listen to the marks on this album. You have, I'm sorry, to promote this album, he has a song with Paul McCartney from the Beatles, who's huge. So it's like a passing of the torch.
Beatles.
That's what it is. He's passing the torch. And then you have the Billie Jean video, right? Michael orchestrating these new dance moves that have never been seen, the crotch grabbing, you know, the kicking. None of that stuff has ever been seen. The sounds, like all of that. The mannerisms, like nobody ever heard that. So you got that. You have basically the zipper jacket, the Beat It video or whatever, just the style that he was on. Then you have the Thriller, you have the Motown 25 performance, bro. You have the record numbers and sales, and then you have the sequin glove. I'm sorry, like most people could wish for one controversy or any type of popular event to like
he had multiple.
He had 10. Bro, it's multiple. No, come on, man. $1 million a week. That means in 10 weeks, going diamond every 2 months, you going diamond again. And you just said no one else could go diamond. He did it.
Nobody's going diamond no more. He did unless somebody like a Taylor Swift, somebody.
You're not buying 10. You're not selling 10 million units when
it's hard, bro.
Yeah,
it's hard.
This is still like, I get it. You know, like now downloading is so easy, but they had a bootleg game back in the day. But to go into a store and buy an album, and this is equivalent to like people in suburbia buying. I'm trying to think, what's the hoodest dude buying a 21 Savage record? Michael is Black. White people are buying the album. Suburbia is buying the album. People in India who don't speak English are buying the album.
No word for word.
That's different. That's different, bro. Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean,
I'm just glad I was able to listen. I'm glad it's been a part of my life. And man, I we'll be here for the 50th.
Yeah. 50 gonna be a big year, so I want to see what they do.
Oh God, 50 got to be a big year.
Yeah,
so
man. Yeah.
Guys, this is what we have for the 40th. Leave your 2 cents. You know what we call it? We call it My 2 cents. That's the comment section. Leave your 2 cents down in the bottom. What's your top memory of this Thriller album? Videos, songs. What's your favorite song? What are your favorite top 3 songs? Let us know. Put any and everything you can in that comment section. We call it My 2 Cents, the comment section.
Cool. Hey, what's another thing they could do to support, Bill?
Hey, y'all know what to do. Like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that whenever we upload any new content, you're instantly notified. And don't forget to share our content. Please share our content.
Share it, and then also take a look at we put a shorter version of this out just to kind of highlight some fun facts. We are going to be doing some different stuff on the channel, so just make sure you guys like and share that when you see it. All right. Bill, outside of that, man, that's all that I got. Peace.